I am Bumblebee, your oldest friend. Optimus, I would lay down my life for you.
Oh, hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. I'm Posh Prime. People say I have a posh accent, but I guess you can be the judge of that. Let's get on with the next review. So I had to pick this guy as soon as I saw it got announced. Always loved G1 Bumblebee, and I absolutely love these Yolopark figures as well. And they're the bang for buck. The value for these guys is brilliant. They're not without their issues, and I'll be going into that later. But first of all, let's get everything laid out, and then we can go through how to put them together.
Oh, hello.
Okay, so we have everything laid out, and I think it's safe to say this guy comes with a lot of stuff. You consider as well the price point. This is around about £55 in the UK, I guess probably around about $60 in the US, and there are so many accessories here. It's crazy. I won't go through everything just because there's so much, but oh yeah, let's tilt down a little bit actually so you can see the hands too. There we go, perfect. But yeah, let's show you the base first. So quite basic, no paintwork on this as well. And then you've got the standard arm, which just plugs in there. And there you go. I do like the blaster. If the camera's going to focus, there we go. Very, very nicely painted. Of course, the head sculpt. Excellent paintwork and wear on this guy. I'll just show you as well, because he's got this little chin strap here, it's not quite as straightforward to replace the face as it is on the other figures, but I'll just show you that now. So you want to get like some sort of little sharp tool under there, so I'm just going to use my pen knife and then just lift it up. And off it pops. Now it's going to fight me, isn't it? Typical. There we go. And you basically get a couple of random expressions, but let's put this one in. I like to call this one his social media face, like a nice, yeah, a bit of an odd one, but all extremely nicely painted as well. Excellent, excellent stuff. And then you get a little spike wiki. Not bad paintwork on this. Quite limited articulation. Got a tiny bit of head movement there. But yeah, it's just kind of awkward. Bit of thigh swivel. Arms can go all the way around. You can kind of do a kick, but you don't really want to be posing this guy too much. And then you get kind of a bit of a cheap looking Energon cube. But I do really like this actually. It's sort of classic little blaster with a nice little blast effect in there. Very, very nice. And then the kind of confusing thing that Yolopark tend to do, especially with these AMK Pro figures, is they give you some perfectly decent, fully articulated hands. Quite nicely done. And they've got a lot of range, a lot of joints. Sorry, that seems to be focusing mainly on my thumb there. But really good. But for also, they tend to give you these basically posed hands as well. So I'll just point them out at the bottom here, because I just don't quite get why they do these. You might be thinking it's because he will hold the gun better in that, but it's not. He will hold the gun perfectly fine with the articulated hands as well, and you can get the articulated hands into way better poses. But yeah, so essentially you've got pointing hand, open hand, gun holding hand, and then fisted hand. And those are for like left and right hands as well. So I'm just showing you one set of these. But yeah, you can swap all of those out. But yeah, I just never quite get why they do that. Just give us the articulated hands and you know, maybe put a paint on them. But yeah, let's get this guy together so you can see how damn good he looks.
Would you like butter on that, sir?
So I guess I'll first start off and say you do need to give this guy some elbow grease when you're putting everything in place. Particularly the head. They're very, very tough joints on this guy. Only restriction joints, and I'll get into a bit more of that later. But yeah, let's start off with the head sculpt. You just want to make sure you give this plenty of oomph. And there you go. Now, the shoulder piece. All of these incredibly tough. Actually, that one's pretty smooth. Left arm. Right arm. Left hand. Right hand. And then our torso. Give this a little twist as you're putting it on. Left foot. Right foot, that's definitely a little bit, needs a little bit more oomph there. He's coming together. I will mention obviously there is quite a lot of die cast in this guy, and a lovely piece of die cast right there. That's just going to plug on to the front. And then we will do the same there. This one's going to fight me a little bit more. And then the finishing touch, I'm just going to line that up. Oh, he's going to fight me now. And there he is. And this is going to be part of the issue I'm going to go into with this guy, because this is great. But yeah, we'll go into about the Yolopark figures in a bit. Let's get into the things that I am not such a fan with on these figures first, because I do like to finish on positives, so we'll finish the video on all the positives. And as you saw in the last segment, the main problem with these figures is, and bear with me on this, please, I promise I will explain myself. I find that the 3-0 figures are far better made. And generally, you know, these are incredibly good value. I will always buy them. They are fantastic. But the 40th anniversary repaint that 3-0 did is just a far superior figure. The main reason why I say that about 3-0 is because all of their work, all of their die-cast work is done internally. All of the figures are secured. They've got a die-cast skeleton. So you still get, you know, largely the same sort of weight, similar weight, but he's not going to fall apart on you. And with these Yolopark figures, you can put them together, you can display them, but as soon as you start posing them and moving them around a lot, they are going to start to have major issues in the future with holding their parts together. And as you saw, with the right leg, for example, it doesn't take a hell of a lot of effort to just pull the leg right off. And you'll start to find that, I expect as you use him more and more, as you put him down and pick him up, that these legs will just start to fall off on their own. Because the only thing that they do, and I guess this is also probably part of the price point with these guys, is that all of the joints on these figures are only resistance joints. There are no tabs, notches. It's very basic, and you can see kind of like why they have met that price point to get there. So the weight of the figure is fantastic. There is like literally all of this entire chunk is die cast. The skirt pieces here, see I showed you the panels on the feet as well. Lots of die cast. He's got a lovely, lovely bit of weight to him. Fantastic weight. But that will degrade the joints over time. So this guy is going to probably become floppier and floppier, and bits will start to fall off of him. Whereas if you buy a 3-0 figure, you're not going to have the fun of putting it together yourself, but it's going to last. It's going to stay together. The paintwork is slightly better on the 3-0s. Maybe not slightly better, maybe a lot better. But because if I get in on this guy here, their kind of idea of wear is just bits of kind of lost paint everywhere. I do like the fact that they do more glossing. I think 3-0 go over the top in terms of the wear, and I wish they would have figures that would gleam like this guy. And yeah, let's get into the positives now as well, because just look at this guy. Look at the finish on it as well, and the contrast between the matte black and the glossy yellow. It is just a stunning looking piece. And all the way down to the legs and the feet, this guy just absolutely pops. Very, very obviously clean back. I think this probably could have been bigger, but yeah, an absolutely stunning looking figure. And for this sort of money, it's hard to beat that. And I do love that. I mean, just look at the head sculpt as well of this guy. He is G1 Bumblebee. And there's not many companies that have matched this look this well. The 301, you get kind of cell shaded windows around here, which is quite a nice touch. But yeah, for the money, absolutely fantastic.
Okay, see you later, bye-bye.